A major volcanic eruption has just occurred which generated substantial pyroclastic flows. But before I tell you about it, a quick disclaimer. Warning, this video contains rapidly flashing volcanic lightning via eruption footage which may have the potential to trigger seizures for individuals with photosensitive epilepsy or similar conditions. Video begins in 3, 2, 1. At 5:35 p.m. local time on June 17, 2025, building pressure at Indonesia's Lewotobi Volcano was violently released, creating a powerful explosion which took several people watching from afar off guard due to its large size. As car-sized boulders of rock were ejected, a mushroom-shaped plume of ash began rising high into the sky, eventually reaching an altitude of 10,000 meters or 32,808 feet. Simultaneously, since part of the eruption column was too dense to rise on the buoyant column of hot air, it collapsed back to the ground, generating a series of pyroclastic flows which advanced in all directions at high speeds. I geolocated that one of these initial pyroclastic flows moved at a speed of 102 miles per hour or 164 kilometers per hour. These superheated gas currents quickly incinerated everything in a 1.1 kilometer radius and although spread fairly evenly, continued onwards to scorch areas up to 2,950 meters away. In only 65 seconds, an area of 12.39 square kilometers or 4.78 square miles had been obliterated, although I want to note that this figure is merely a very preliminary estimate that could be incorrect. In this particular video, we can see gas rising off the area removed of vegetation via pyroclastic flows, with many trees being flattened. And now, the reason why today's video has an epilepsy warning. As the aforementioned eruption column continued upwards, many millions of tiny particles of ash rubbed together to create static electricity, creating dozens if not hundreds of rapid strikes of mostly cloud-to-cloud volcanic lightning. With this plume still continuing to rise, tephra and ash began falling on many nearby settlements, especially to the west, and then at 5:50 p.m., a second, even more powerful explosion occurred. This second explosion sent a plume of ash to an even higher altitude of 16,154 meters or 53,000 feet, marking it as Lewotobi's fourth major eruption since November of last year began. Since these two plumes were continuous, formed a mushroom plume but did not reach altitudes exceeding 20 kilometers, today's eruption will be best classified as Sub-Plinian in nature. Luckily, it appears that no new structures not already damaged by prior eruptions were damaged today, but this is a preliminary assessment. As ash is continuing to drift westwards, there is a good chance, in my opinion, that flights to and from the tourist hotspot of Indonesia's island of Bali could be partially or fully disrupted for a time. There sadly was one fatality today, which was not a direct volcanic death via a pyroclastic flow or thrown volcanic bomb, but rather due to the stress caused by Lewotobi's eruption. Thankfully, local scientists had noted that a plug had likely formed many hours before the eruption happened, resulting in both proper evacuations of everyone in a 7 to 8 kilometer radius of the erupting Laki-Laki cone, and the raising of its alert level from 3 to 4 at 3 p.m. local time. We are now waiting to see how much of the plug has cleared, but initial images showing lava fountaining and ongoing volcanic eruptions suggest that most of it may have cleared. Since November of last year, eruptive activity at this volcanic cone on Flores Island has largely followed a predictable 5-step cycle, with the only unpredictable bit being how long each part of the various cycles lasts for. Thus, we should expect in the upcoming days to observe less intense volcanic eruptions, only to be followed by the eventual reforming and then growth of its summit basaltic andesite lava dome. Stay tuned for more updates and stay safe. As a final note, I would like to thank my returning patron Jesse Wendell for supporting my work.